Goldfish by Loveday. My little goldfish, my shooting star, you flip, you flop, you burn across my belly. I feel you move with a grace like I've never experienced before, a purpose even now so fierce and determined. I feel you tap dance across my hip bone and imagine your tiny toes already aching to feel the ground, so ready to explore. We wanted you so badly, wished you into being with fingers crossed and toes and white knuckles from tightly held hands, our promise to be your home, your praise, your safe harbor and warm hearth. The arms you run to when the thunder of life gets a little too loud and your tiny heart needs cradling for a moment. The chests for you to bury your face as we breathe in your sweet smell of adventure and electric wonder. Will be your anchor, tethering you to the ground, your kite string until you are ready to soar fearlessly into life, eyes open, arms outstretched, free. My little goldfish, my shooting star, wrapped warm inside my core, dancing, listening, growing, learning. We will spend the rest of our lives loving you.
Little Girl by Tanja Miller. Little girl. Dolls, happy dolls, frilly dolls, lovely, bright-eyed, deceptive dolls. Older girl. Boys, pretty boys, scary boys, gorgeous, confusing, frightening boys. Woman girl. Love. First love, tricky love, passionate, heartbreaking, messy love. Young woman. World. New world, big world, colorful, suffocating, biased world. Woman. Woman. Strong woman. Wise woman. Confident, sensitive, compassionate woman. Nurturing, stubborn, emotional woman. Clever, thrilling, adventurous woman. Bewitching, beguiling, terrifying woman. Vivacious, courageous, provocative woman. Charming, cheeky, captivating, invigorating, magnetic, mysterious, magical woman.
Awake by Chloe Long. Driving through the night like a bulldozer on fire. Sleep is for the weak, I whisper to myself, all while feeling the gravity of unconsciousness resting across my shoulders. I carry it like a yoke, dragging it full force. These eyelids may sink, but I will not drown. Nope, I never drown. See, I learned to breathe underwater a long time ago. Just like when I learned to open my eyes when I dream. Pressing a finger into my palm, I am always in control. A broken lens sits inside my orbital bone, focusing and refocusing, shifting and sputtering. I can't make out the picture. Not until I taste the bitterness of caffeine hit my tongue and I feel the warmth slide down my throat, escaping the grip, stagnancy. To be still means to die. People have told me to take a nap, to rest my eyes and drift away. But there's this fever in my chest, that keeps telling me I won't wake up. So I'm awake. I refuse to go to sleep. I want to be here when it happens. I want to feel every piece of it. I excommunicate exasperation because I refuse to go peacefully. I will die covered in blood and fire. I will die not as a martyr, but an example. I will die with fury and passion. I spent my life sleeping past alarms for milestones that I should have reached a long time ago. Averting my eyes to the reality of life, hiding in my delusions, and the moment I opened my crust-locked eyes, I saw the remnants of a life that I had completely rejected. I refuse to miss anymore. I will watch with burning eyes as my death walks towards me. I will stare it in the face and take it by the throat, and I will speak clearly and eloquently. Did you miss me? Because I saw you coming. Oh yes, for my death, you can bet your life that I will be awake.
The Yarn of the Nancy Bell by William S. Gilbert. 'Twas on the shores that round our coast from Deal to Ramsgate span that I found alone on a piece of stone an elderly naval man. His hair was weedy, his beard was long, and witty and long was he. And I heard this wight on the shore recite in a singular minor key, "Oh, I am a cook, and the captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and the boatswain tight, and the midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig." And he shook his fists, and he tore his hair, till I really felt afraid, for I couldn't help thinking the man had been drinking. So I simply said, "Elderly man, it's little I know of duties of men of the sea, but I'll eat my hand if I understand however you could be at once the cook, and the captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and the boatswain tight, and the midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig." Well, he gave a hitch to his trousers, which is a trick all seamen learn, and having got rid of a thumping quid, but-tween, he spun this painful yarn. "'Twas on the good ship Nancy Bell that we sailed to the Indian Sea, and there on a reef we came to grief, which has often occurred to me. And pretty nigh all the crew was drowned. There were 77 a soul, but only 10 of the Nancy's men said, 'Here to the muster roll.' There was me, and the cook, and the captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and the boatswain tight, and the midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig. For a month we'd neither victuals nor drink, till hungry we did feel. So we drew out a lot, and accordin' shot the captain for our meal. The next knock fell on the Nancy's mate, and a delicate dish he made. Then our appetite on the midshipmite we 7 survivors stayed. And then we murdered the boatswain tight, and he much resembled pig. Then we whittled free, did the cook and me, on the crew of the captain's gig. Then only the cook and me was left, and the delicate question, which of us two goes in the kettle, arose. And we argued it out a sitch, for I loved that cook as a brother, I did. And the cook, he worshipped me, but we'd both be blowed if we'd either be stowed in the other man's hold, you see. "I'll be eat if you dines off me," says Tom. "Oh, yes, that says I you'll be. I'm boiled if I die, my friend," quoth I. And exactly so, quoth he. "Dear James," says he, "to murder me were a foolish thing to do. For don't you see, you can't cook me, but I can and will cook you." So he boils the water and adds the salt and pepper in portions true, which he never forgot, and some chopped shallot, and sage and parsley too. "Come here," he says with a proper pride, as his smiling features tell, 'Twill soothing be if I let you see how extremely nice you'll smell. So he stirs it round and round and round and sniffs at the foaming froth. And I up with his heels and smothers his squeals in the scum of the boiling broth. Well, I ate that cook in a week or two, and as I'm eating be, the last of his chops, why, I almost drops. For a vessel in sight I see. And I never smile, and I never laugh, and I never lark nor play, but sit and croak. And a single joke I have, which is to say, oh, I am the cook, and the captain bold, and the mate of the Nancy brig, and the boatswain tight, and the midshipmite, and the crew of the captain's gig.